Alright guys, welcome to our first player review on the channel. Today we're going to be covering Radioactive Benzema, one of the highest rated and more expensive players of the current promo. So the big question everyone's going to be asking, is he worth the price tag? He sits at just under 950,000 coins, which is a lot of money to be fair, especially when his inform currently sits at about 200k or just under. Is it worth the massive 750k difference? So let's jump into his card stats and we're going to have a look, break it down. We'll look at some clips from the gameplay and then I'll give you my final verdicts on the card. So jumping into the card stats, you can see he's 4-star, 4-star, which I personally think is like the standard you need for a decent player on this game. He's got the finesse shot plus trait. I will say this now and I will clarify, all of these clips are from this newest patch. I've recorded them over the last couple of days now that the patch has come out. I can tell you right now, finesse shot plus still feels very strong. Same with Travella, all of these ones. You'll see in the clips that this guy doesn't care about the nerf. He's immune to it basically. So he's 6'1". He's controlled lengthy in terms of his acceleration type. It depends on if you like an explosive or a lengthy player. He can only play striker and centre forward, so his alternative positions are a bit lacking. But looking at the actual card stats itself, 90 shooting. Honestly, in the box, that turns into 99. I swear to God, he finishes absolutely everything in the box. Left foot, right foot headers, didn't matter. 83 pace might be a bit slow for some people, but when you compare it with the dribbling and the physical, he did feel pretty good on the ball. I mean, he was strong enough to hold off some plays. There are sometimes, like, I'll have Van Dijk's challenging him, and he would be totally fine and stay sturdy and manage to keep his balance, get the shot away and score. So honestly, this card, in terms of running with the ball, it felt very good. I wouldn't put the pace down too much. If you like players like Griezmann, he'll feel totally fine. The passing is one of the most underrated stats. He did give some great balls. He does get a lot of assists in the club. I can show you on mine. He has 16 assists in the 28 games. He scored 42 goals as well, just for context. This is how good this card is at finishing. In terms of the play styles, I think this is where it gets pretty interesting. Finesse shot plus, we all know, has been an incredibly broken one. Dead ball, I feel like it's a bit of a waste. He doesn't have the free kick stats for it. Tiki-taka and incisive pass just make him really good at that link-up striker position. First touch, if you pass it to him, he's going to make sure he brings it down. Travella, great combo with the finesse shot. And then relentless means that at those breaks, he is still going even into extra time, so he can still use it. But anyway, boys, let's jump into some of these clips. Just before we jump into the game, if you guys do need some coins to go get yourself a Radioactive Benzema after this review, be sure to check out U7 Buy in the description down below and use code Piris for 6% off all of your purchases. It helps out the channel as well, and it saves you guys a bit of money, so make sure to use that down below. Alright guys, let's go into these clips. First one, Benzema on the Travella with the green time, bang, back of the net. Here you go, this is showing off the dribbling, fake shot, one step over into the space, and another tidy finish. He is actually really good with skilling. This one, great reactions, beats the centre half and the keeper to the ball off of the loose, off of the rebound. Benzema here showing the dribbling, manages to skip past this defender, and another finesse shot, bang, into the top corner, proving that the finesse shot trait is not dead. And then this one, a lovely first touch into the space, beats the centre half, and then a lovely little dink. He's really clinical. You see a couple of chip shots with him through this clip. Benzema again, driving through it, beats one defender, and the power shot on the green time. You already know it's going right into the back of the net. Guy actually rage quits from that. There you go. Here's another little chip for you. Another tidy finish. And then he's just so clinical. This one, poor keeper movement from my defender, from my opponent, sorry. But again, Benzema, one player, two players off the underside of the bar. Keeper's got no chance. Alisson's never getting to it. Proving again that the finesse shots aren't dead. Keeper's coming rushing out. I don't know what he's doing. But honestly, Figo then with a little cross into Benzema so he can show off the head in. Bang, into the back of the net. Centre half's got no chance. Proving once again that the finesse shots aren't dead and right into the back of the net. Absolute worldy from him. Showing the pace in this one. Centre back's got no chance and the keeper's just not even moving. Petacek, what are you doing? Here you go. Great on the corners at that front post as well. 95 heading accuracy showing. Honestly, another little finish there in the box, right place, right time. He's always around that area. Showing the passing range, this one to Hansen. Pings it on that incisive pass and he manages to find the back of the net with that one. And then, here you go. Piris plays it into him. Little fake shot. Van Dijk's getting nowhere near him. And there is the finish. And then, here you go. Showing off the strength. Van Dijk's got no chance. He shrugs him off. And a lovely little finish in the back of the net. Alright guys, so I guess the main question at the end of this is Radioactive Benzema worth the 950,000 coins? For me personally, I actually very much love the card. I think it plays so well. It's so smooth on the ball. And the fact that the Radioactive makes it so much easier to like alone makes that this card becomes a lot more usable in a lot more teams. I would say that I think it's probably right about where I'd say probably it's worth. I'd say maybe about 800k. So I think it could come down a bit. But honestly, for the performances it was putting in, I would not be complaining about the price range. I think it's very good where it is. It dropped under 900k. I think if it drops again under 900k, it's definitely worth the pickup. So I'm going to give it, in terms of value for coins, I'm going to give it an 8. Because the card itself is so good and plays so well. Again, I can't compare this to any other cards from Benzema just because I've never used them. So it's a bit difficult for me to say like, oh, go get the informed version. I think if you've played with the informed version and then gone and got Radioactive Benzema, and then you can't tell the noticeable differences, besides the fact that the chemistry is going to be easier to link and you can maybe get some other players around him, then that's when I'd start saying, all right, is it worth it or not? I think if you've already got experience playing with Benzema and then you go and get the card, don't see anything noticeable, and your team doesn't plan to revolve around the fact you need that extra chemistry on him, I wouldn't bother. I'd say just stick to the inform or the regular card. But for me, I've absolutely loved what he produces. He gives so much to my team. He helps to link up play so well with tiki-taka and incisive pass, especially because I built this team with the idea of wanting to use that Trailblazer Hansen. He actually comes in and makes that front three tick really nicely. You'll see in the gameplay, he does play as like a second striker alongside Hansen. And that's just because of the custom tactics I was playing with Son dropping back on defense and Hansen kind of keeping forward. So it was basically playing as a 4-4-2 until we broke into that 4-3-2-1 formation. So that's why he was linking up so well. But you've seen from the clips that he is a performer. He comes through in those moments. He scores goals and scores goals and scores goals. So if you need someone that's just going to put the ball in the back of the net, this card can't go wrong. And that's why I'm going to give it, in terms of performance, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I think there's still room to improve. I think every player has room for improvement. No card's going to be a 10 out of 10. You could always say, oh, he could do better weak foot. He could have more skill moves. He could be better in terms of the agility and balance. He could be quicker. You know, there's always room for improvement. So I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. But what you get from this card is absolutely incredible. But anyway, guys, with that being said, I hope you have enjoyed. There will be another player review coming soon. I bet you can already guess which player that's going to be. But honestly, I'm looking forward to doing that one. It's probably a bit late. But anyway, if there's any other players that you guys want me to do, make sure to leave them down below in the comments. And I will look at getting them. Obviously, we're getting a new promo as well. I think we're getting a Dynasties promo, I think it's called, where we're going to see some family members coming out. So there might be some dynamic duos that we want to try out and see how they play. So let us know in the comments down below and we'll have a look. Anyway, guys, with that being said, I hope you've enjoyed and I'll see you in the next one.